Nothing but bits.
Hey guys, welcome back to That's Mr. Camper, and this is the second installment of the Bits Gears of War news. No matter big or small, old or new, it's going to be in here. First off, we're going to start off with an article. Rod Fergusson tweeted not too long ago about an article by GameIndustry.biz. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to read the full article. They ask him several of the standard PR questions out there to build up the Ultimate Edition, but there are a couple little nuggets. It's about an 8 or 9 minute read, and you'll be able to mow through it. And I picked up several things along here. The first off, who's your target audience? He mentioned Gears of War veterans that were involved in Gears of War, but it kind of fell off with Gears of War 3 and with Judgment. There's a couple little side notes on here that I found really interesting, that Ultimate Edition really wasn't specifically designed for the game players. What I mean by that is that he says that it was a kind of a test tube for a new team that's there and them being able to see the mentality that Gears of War has, and it's basically its roots, its system of the way things should work, not coming in and totally redesigning the entire program, which I thought was a good deal. A couple little side notes in this. Says Ultimate Edition worth it when you went back to the original? He says absolutely, that's a standard answer for you. He had several meetings over the branding of Gears, the mentality that you should take into Gears of War and how it's different from several other shooter games that are out there, being a third-person cover-based shooter and a stop-and-pop kind of game. And then one thing that was a concern for me here is that at many times you bring into a new team that's sort of like, how can we innovate and change it and make it my own? And you're like, I hear you, but you have to do the right thing before we do it different. Let's just say, do you remember when Judgment came out and you tried to do it different? You did it right in Gears of War 1, and Gears of War 2 was pretty good after they got the bugs fixed out of it. And Gears of War 3 is what it is, a heavy weapons system, but it was still Gears of War. In Judgment, they tried to change the formula completely, and look what it got us. So this little statement right here in the article was fairly concerning for me. So if you want to read it, link will be in the description. Let's move on. Alright guys, there's a couple of Gears of War videos that they've released over the past week. First one's going to be the Cog. Marcus, how they look. Anya, what did you do to Anya? I mean, come on, seriously. Anya in Gears of War 1 is my absolute favorite, and they turned her into a secretary, or I don't know what the hell that is, but I hate it beyond belief what they've done to Anya on this one. Now, there's a whole lot of other ones like Cole. They've done an absolute fantastic job with him. I think they look great. They said the hardest one to redo was Baird because he was the roughest looking of them all, especially in the facial features, but I think they did a great job with him. Here's the Berserker scene, of course, and I think they did a great job. Next up is the Locust. They have the Boomers introducing this, which is a really predominant feature for the Locust, how dark and how scary those guys are and huge they are. Another one that they showed was Ram and his edition. Now, I like Gears of War 1 Ram better than this guy. This guy looks like he's in an opera or something until he busts out the big bazooka gun, but he's pretty badass. I didn't like that little scene right there, but when he snaps his Cog's neck, I think was pretty sexy, and him walking off is a lot better than him shooting him with the bolt hog. There are two other videos. They're going to be gameplays as Sam on Raven Down and Process. I think that those two videos are a noob plays them, and I think anything other than looking at the map itself doesn't add anything to the gameplay at all. So if you want to check those out, all four of these will be links in the description. Feel free to check them out. The first two are absolutely wonderful. I highly suggest you look them out, but don't be expecting anything out of the last two that are on there because they are just showing you the maps. There's not any stellar gameplay on those whatsoever. In case you didn't know, there's a mega video game extravaganza. King of the Couch, September 12, 2015, Hilton Grand Garden, New York. So if you're in the New York area, you can sign up for a game for Call of Duty, or you can go with Gears of War or Madden. They're going to have all three there. Call of Duty is, of course, at the very forefront of this, and then minimum guaranteed payout in Gears of War Ultimate Edition 4v4 and 2v2, and also with Madden there. So if you're around, you're able to stick around, and the link, of course, will be in the description for you. Looking at the Gears of War Ultimate Edition event, the event prices payout for Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Xbox One, of course, 8 a.m. registration for Gears of War Ultimate Edition, $10 venue fee for all participants, or $10 spectator fee for non-participants. So it's the same whether you play or not. So if you want to play, then there you go. 4v4 double elimination, 45 per player, 180 per team. Online price, $260 per team, or at the door. Payout based on attendees. First and second place prizes for 4v4, 2v2, 20 per player, 40 per team, up to $640 payout. Register at the event. So this is a pretty good deal. Now, one thing I did notice in here is that payouts are subject to change depending on how many people play out. They didn't have that same description for Call of Duty, so obviously they know that some people are going to be showing up for Call of Duty, and they don't know how many people are going to be showing up for the Ultimate Edition. So if you're there, I would be more than happy to be there, but I live in Texas and I'm not going all the way up there to see this. I hope they stream it online or something. I didn't see any links for that, but I will put a link to this in the description. If you're in the New York area, you can hop on and play and kick some ass and win some cash. I hope you liked the second installment of the bits. Enjoy, like, subscribe if you haven't. You guys have a fantastic week. We'll see you later.